your film Falling is your first directorial work since the beginning of your career. Why did you wait so long?
Well, it wasn't my idea to wait so long. I tried 25 years ago the first time, and I raised some money for a different screenplay. And, over the years, I've tried with different stories, even Falling. It took me a few times, raising some of the money or all of it, losing it. That's what happens with independent films. They're hard to get made.
Amazing.
And I understand. I mean, I'm maybe a familiar face to some producers and audiences as an actor, but I had not until Falling proven that I could actually direct a movie. So I understand the reticence, but I'm glad we finally got a chance.
Gwen! I said!
Dad, this is a plane. Mom's not here.
Not only did you produce it, you're starring in it, you wrote it, you directed it, you composed the music. Honestly.
Well, I was busy. I was by myself and trying to use the time, those intervening years before we actually got the go-ahead and a crew together. I was just imagining how it would be, and to the point of composing music and so forth. And, putting the producer hat on, we had a very limited budget. So Viggo, the composer, cost me nothing. Viggo, the actor, cost me nothing. Viggo, the director, and the writer cost me nothing. So that was advantageous to us.
How was your trip out here, Daddy?
Who cares?
And it's a very personal thing. I guess I'm imagining it. Your mom passed on in 2015, and I guess she'd struggled with dementia. So this is, not only is it a tribute to, I think, all of our parents who've dealt with this, but it must have been a little bit therapeutic for you.
Yeah, in a way. When someone passes away, whether it was my mom in 2015 or my father, who also had dementia in 2017, those things helped me to write the character of Willis. And when someone dies that you care about, there's this intense period around that time where you remember so many things and so many feelings are right at the surface, right? And then they tend to fade away because we sort of heal and we move on, by writing this story that's inspired by the passing of my mother and her illness, and my dad's also. I guess I kept those feelings alive in a way, and by shooting the movie, editing it, and now even talking about it. But I find that to be positive because it's allowed me to appreciate them in a different way and understand my relationship with them, appreciate the things I've learned from them. What was remarkable during the shoot and with audiences that I presented the movie to so far is that people often relate to the story, this fictional family in Falling. They relate their own family stories to it. They'll say,
Yes.
Oh, this reminds me of my father or my grandfather or my mother. And that's really gratifying and makes me feel like this is great. Falling, this story has some kind of universal application.
You asked me to come get you. Remember? You said you couldn't handle the farm anymore. The long winters, living all alone there.
I would never say that.
You did, Dad.
I'm relating to it. The journalists waiting to come in to talk to you, we've all been through it, really. And you hear of all my friends, a lot of them my age have dealt with it. So, it's really wonderful to see it because we're not alone.
Right.
It's
I think that's one thing this year, the pandemic too. I think it's allowed us in a way to appreciate life, that it is fragile and ephemeral and precious, And I think that sometimes maybe stories like Falling can help you realize that even if you live alone, you don't have to live alone with your fears and your doubts.
Does that rivet you have stuck in your face bother you?
It's called a piercing, and no, it doesn't bother me.
Is it a dumbass fashion thing or a dyke thing?
Grandpa, why do you always have to start trouble when we get together?
The film is part Canadian, a Canadian co-pro, and you shot in Ontario. So whereabouts was that?
We shot in the sort of high country, greenbelt area, about 45 minutes northeast of Toronto, and also in Toronto and in the city.
Yeah.
We shot a lot of scenes, and even a lot of the interiors that you see as California because we didn't have the budget to go shoot for weeks, and we had like 3 days to shoot in California. So all the interiors of the California houses and all that's and the doctor's office and so forth.
And you're a friend of the Toronto Film Festival.
Yeah, I've been there many times and enjoyed it. I was so happy that we were invited to TIFF this year. I'm very sad that I could only participate via Zoom. You know, it's like most directors had to. But we did manage to do a Zoom thing, and some of the actors that were in Toronto appeared, and that was a lot of fun.
That's great. Thank you so very much. I love your film.
You can attack me all you want, but I am not going to engage with you on that level anymore.
When a guy my age thinks he has to pee, he already did. I know what you're trying to do.
You are such an asshole.
And you're a fucking pansy.
I'm trying to help you, Dad.
Heaven doesn't want him, and hell keeps sending him back.